Whoa, skip the ordinary Isekai openings. A gatherer's adventure in Isekai blasts onto the screen with a vibe that's as cozy as it is chaotic. Imagine waking up in a mysterious world, armed not with legendary swords or wild spells, but with the humble skills of a material gatherer. That's exactly what our main guy, Takeru Kamishiro, gets handed after he dies as a salaryman and reincarnates into a land teeming with magic, monsters, and quirky personalities. Forget the overpowered hero tropes for a second. This is an adventure about survival, discovery, and lots, and I mean lots, of improvisation. Right off the bat, Episode 1 drops us into Takeru's very first steps outside the dark cave where he arrived in this new world. He's not alone. His partner B, a seriously adorable dragon hatchling, is with him, experiencing the outdoors for the first time. You can almost taste the apprehension as they push through the nighttime forest, with Takeru grumbling about being really, really hungry. Classic Isekai protagonist priorities. Now, let me set the scene. It's nighttime. The forest is alive with magical energy, and Takeru has to feed both himself and B. Thanks to Vol-san, a mysterious, possibly dragon benefactor, Takeru's item box is linked up with an underground lake, basically giving him access to rare, SS rank mana, infused water. Not only is this the magical equivalent of gourmet bottled water, it's critical for B's growth as a dragon. While B eagerly slurps down cup after cup, Takeru gives it a try and describes it as soft, mellow water. It's a surprisingly wholesome bonding moment, showing us that this relationship is more than just a master-pet dynamic. It's more like family. Cooking by campfire soon follows, and the simple act of making meat soup turns into a delightfully relatable scene. Takeru is only on his second attempt at cooking soup, but he's feeling proud and hungry enough to eat it 5 more times. B's curiosity leads to a cute mishap with hot soup, some heartfelt, appui cries, but the two quickly settle into a rhythm. It's strange, but sweet. They're species apart, but sharing meals connects them. B isn't just any fantasy pet, though. Subtle skill checks drop through the episode. A peek at B's stats reveals rank B status and wild gifts like infinite evolution and the blessing of an ancient dragon. Yet, Takeru treats B less like a weapon and more like a child who needs proper guidance, reminding B that recklessness isn't cool. This dynamic feels fresh, rather than using B's power to bulldoze obstacles. Takeru genuinely cares, and even worries about how Vol-san would react if anything happened to B. The next morning brings a literal and metaphorical brightness. The creepy forest from last night doesn't seem so intimidating, and Takeru shrugs off the weirdness, chalking it up to the mysteries of this different world. He dives into gathering herbs and materials, honing his skills. It's here that the Isekai flavor truly shines. Instead of instant action and fighting, we get an almost meditative montage of recognizing rare herbs, searching for rank C materials, and friendly banter with Search Sensei, an apparent guidance skill. But the quiet is soon shattered. Suddenly there's a rock falcon, a huge carnivorous bird swooping in, followed by a serpent wolf with a poisonous, whip-like tail. Takeru's resourcefulness comes out, T shielding up, firing ice needles, and cleverly using reduction and harden on his body to fight. He's not looking for combat glory. It's all about survival and, quite literally, turning monsters into food and useful materials. The fighting is funny, a little frantic, and stacked with inner commentary, making it feel personal and grounded. And then, a twist. B grabs Takeru and launches into the sky to escape the forest, showing off a hint of jaw-dropping dragon power. Takeru's mix of terror and gratitude is pure comedy gold. They zip back to their old campsite in seconds, confirming B's strength and loyalty. The partnership doesn't feel forced. It's built naturally through trust and shared dangers. On their continued walk toward Tormi village, something magical happens with a dormant Yggdrasil branch in Takeru's pack. B's mana-laced breath suddenly awakens the legendary tree's branch. Takeru is left utterly baffled. Is he turning into a flashy mage against his will? The show teases potential, leaving you wondering what effects this will have. It's a subtle, slow burn setup for the greater magic systems of the world. All this gets interrupted by a classic Isekai twist. A potential monster nearby turns out to be a starving elf whose growl is just her rumbling stomach. This scene flips fantasy tropes on their head. Elves aren't elegant or mysterious. She's relatable and a little chaotic, devouring water and Takeru's specially packed bento lunch like her life depends on it. She's grateful, but when Takeru jokes about her manure, like smell after days spent camping, her pride is wounded and she leaves in a huff. Instead of a majestic encounter, it's an awkward, hilarious farewell. Back to business, Takeru and B make their way out of the forest, only to encounter a carriage drawn by none other than a unicorn, rank E, not fast but super sturdy. The carriage holds friendly villagers heading to Tormi. Takeru joins them for the ride, and the kids immediately latch onto him, sensing the novelty of a gatherer with a dragon. There's quick banter about his size and the villagers' tradition of helping those in need. But there's also a hint of world building. A magic item on the carriage lights up if a threat approaches, proving Takeru is trustworthy. Introductions happen. Yeliza, Yunnan, Kane, and Porun welcome Takeru to their group. The kids are curious about B. Takeru tries to stay low, key about his dragon partner's origins, avoiding mention of the ancient dragon connection. Still, everyone is fascinated. When B is revealed, the reaction is awe and delight. Coot. B's presence eases everyone, making the group feel safer against monsters. Dinner that night is a highlight. Takeru offers to cook, a way to say thanks. With his item box, he whips up a feast: meat soup, steak, a fresh mushroom, and vegetable salad. The villagers go wild. Porun even cries from happiness, overwhelmed by real food after so many days of dry jerky. Takeru is jokingly hailed as a wizard of taste, and the group shares laughter, warmth, and belonging. As the episode winds down, Takeru reflects on his journey. Back on Earth, eating alone was the norm. Now, surrounded by new friends, a dragon companion, and genuine laughter, he feels a spark of joy for the first time since arriving. The ending is quietly moving, A reminder that adventure isn't just about fighting. It's about found family, unexpected kindness, and the comfort of a warm meal shared. So, that's episode 1. It's not just world building or overpowered heroics. The magic is in the small moments. Takeru's unique skills as a gatherer give us a window into this new world's ecology and economics, while B's evolving power foreshadows bigger things to come. The elf encounter keeps things charmingly unpredictable, and the carriage crew signals the potential for community and deeper relationships. What did you think of Takeru's knot? So, typical start as a gatherer. Do you want more dragon bonding, quirky magic systems, or heartfelt meal scenes next? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into a gatherer's adventure in Isekai, hit that like button, share the video, and make sure to subscribe for more recaps and theories about your favorite shows. See you in the next adventure. Don't miss it.